Welcome to Boomhauer69's channel. You ever looked around in your garage and stuff and just kind of looking at what you got, debating what to throw out and what you should actually throw out, what you keep for some oddball reason? Like, for example, over in the corner there, you can't see it's off camera, but over in the corner, I kept some old parts from an old bicycle, stroller, trailer, whatever you want to call it thing. And one of the things I kept was the actual hitch, and my intentions were with this stuff was someday build like some sort of little bice, some sort of like bicycle camper. I had this idea when I took that apart, like, oh man, it'd be neat to build some little like small kind of bicycle camper about the size of a little twin bed, like a full closed-in little thing where you could crawl in it and lay down, rest your head, and then get up next morning or whatever and continue on rolling. Because what I used to like to do a lot, and this is what gave me the idea, was I used to enjoy going out on the nature trail I did a video about and walking and riding bikes out there. But one year it kept seeming like, I was getting caught up in a rainstorm and all this stuff. And I thought to myself, man, it'd be neat to build a bicycle camper where I could go hop in it and shelter myself from the rainstorm. And I know out there they have these little fold out canopy cot thingies that fold out little cot bed thingies that you can attach to your bicycle, and it makes a little kind of hard tent, almost like a little tent kind of thing. And me, I thought, yeah, that's all nice, man, because I did research on those, and I thought, I wouldn't want it, and I saved that little bicycle hitch there thingy, because my intentions were about building the camper thing, but thing is, I don't have knowledge of how to build something like that or go about it. So I saved all the parts thinking one day I'm gonna, when in reality I should just send all that crap to the scrapyard, because I don't have that knowledge to build them things. But what my intentions were is I thought about building something that was like a hardtop, something lightweight where you just go to Walmart, buy your average pedal bike or whatever, and tow behind it and pedal it, and it wouldn't be too heavy to me to pull, because obviously weight it would be an issue, the load and stuff, because you'd obviously I'd build something that would be kind of basically out of like 2x2 lumber and something lightweight would be the thing. Of course, nowadays with CNC machines, 3D printers, and all that stuff, and if I knew how to weld, I would look more into aluminum, because aluminum is a lightweight material, and that would be my goal, is to build a bicycle camper out of something lightweight material. Now, I've seen it done before on the internet, and again, I even seen for sale little fold out little bicycle trailer tent thingies, whatever you want to call it, cots, that's got a little canvas thing on it. But me, even if I had the money for those, I wouldn't even want one of those, because I only think about, after a while it get holes in it and blah blah blah, and then you'd have to, when it rains, mildew, you'd have to worry about mildew and musty smells, and have to dry it out and real good, and I just wouldn't go that route. If I could, I'd build some sort of like hard shell trailer, maybe out of wood would be more my option, since I got a lot of wood tools and a miter box, so on, so something lightweight. But I wouldn't know how to build all that stuff, but I just thought I'd make a kind of video, talking about kind of random things in my garage. But you ever have that problem? You just save oddball stuff because you think one day it's gonna come in handy for a project, but you just don't. Like, I got some plywood pieces that I think, it'd be good to build for a little shed out back or something, and I never do, because I just simply don't have that, skill knowledge and stuff. And like this whole YouTube thing, me learning YouTube, I'm learning, practicing as I go along, and trying to get more comfortable in the camera, figure out what to talk about, what to video about, and And, my YouTube knowledge skills are very limited, basic, but and stuff, so I thought I'd make videos and try and see what works and what don't, I don't have much funding in my life, so I can't do a whole lot of stuff, because I would like to, figure out how to make this YouTube thing take off and work where I could potentially, go out and visit a lot of places and be able to film a lot of things, like maybe, I don't know, maybe travel and go to some like weird, like some popular museum or tourist attraction place, and like maybe travel to Florida or stuff, and whatever, kind of do some more videos. And even I don't mind product reviews, even though they're kind of like the cheeseburgers and some of them are kind of lame, but be able to have the funding to do more like kind of cooler or product things, like kind of that cool shoulder product, or even maybe, like some cool, like be able to do product reviews of some cool watch or something that's like you wouldn't normally see every day, and people say, "Wow, that's cool," Not necessarily like gag gifts or anything, but coolness. But yeah, that's just a little video, and I decided to make a video, and I know I probably suck at it big time, but it's, you know, I guess I don't know what more to say really, but it's a learning experience and trying to come up with kind of some ideas. And I actually don't go hunting because I never took hunter safety course, and some people, but I do some fishing, and maybe sometime I'll do some fishing videos. I don't know, but yeah, my idea there with that bicycle, this thing down here, this bicycle hitch thingy, was to incorporate it in a build design for a bicycle camper. I never get around to. I simply don't have the knowledge to really go ahead and build something like that, and I thought what would be neat is to build something kind of out of like light aluminum or something. And well, I gotta see here how long is this, 7 minutes video, but I ain't gonna. Basically, all I would do is for a bicycle camper idea is build like some sort of box type thing, and build it kind of like a little box type, and try to make it look like basically like a mini version of a regular camper you'd see. And I always thought that would be a neat kind of idea to do, and hopefully maybe through YouTube, if my YouTube channel here takes off, maybe I can do that sort of thing, get the knowledgeable people to say, hey, help me create this prototype and design. Because what I would do is, if I built the camper, or I would build it in a way where you could hook up, where it would be able to be hooked up to solar power, and you'd have a little battery station. I'd try to find some kind of more lighter weight batteries. I wouldn't get those big old ones that most off-grid people use. I would get some kind of smaller batteries, and have a solar setup that would be basically powerful enough to run lighting inside the little camper, and a few small gadgets, maybe a small little portable TV, and maybe a DC little like blanket or something, to keep you warm, or something basic where you could at least charge your cell phone, have some lights basically. And that's one of the ideas I've been trying to figure out. I stress out trying to figure out how could I build that and how could I go about doing that and stuff. And in reality, I just simply don't have the knowledge to really do that. I done some research and tried to, what would I add in there? Like, for example, researching the types of lights I would use, when I have little USB plugs, and basically parts, I guess I would say, researching parts. But it's like, which my brain capabilities, I'm like, oh, stumped and get angry all the time because I can't figure out how could I go about building this sort of things. And because it's one of those things in my head, the way I picture it, if I can make what I picture in my head a reality, I know it would be one of those things where people would say, wow, that's really cool, how, and hey, can you build me one? And it'd be a product that I know I feel would actually be a successful thing, where you can make a business practically out of it and start up a company kind of thing. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video, to be honest. I'm just kind of making a ramble on video, but yeah, you just, kind of ever found yourself in those predicaments where you just kind of, you got some ideas you like to do, but you just don't have the knowledge or funding to do them, like another idea I'd love to do is build my own horseless carriage from scratch, Some people, they would, they go out and buy a horseless carriage and then they fix it up and restore it. Me, I wouldn't like to do that. What I would like to do in a horseless carriage is build my own horseless carriage from scratch, from the ground up, Something where if I could travel back in time, back in those days, like the 1900s and the 1920s, I could go to like a World's Fair and say, this is my version of the car, and basically compete with Henry Ford if I could, kind of thing. Nowadays, obviously, if I wanted to compete with Ford Motor Company in the auto industry, I'd have to build a modern day style car, and that's just some weird kind of random ideas I always thought of doing, and that's why I kind of, more got into this whole YouTube thing, because having these ideas and stuff, I thought kind of mention them a little bit, kind of get them out there, and one day maybe I'll have the fundings and stuff to do those things and get that sort of stuff kind of out there, and see where it leads, because that to me would be also a neat thing, because I just don't want to, right now I'm just kind of a person sitting back, not doing much with his life, and just wasting away, 31 years old. Hell, I ain't even, if you think I live high on the hog or think I'm some well-to-do person, I'm going to tell you people right now, I'm a fucking poor old hillbilly from the backwoods, and I ain't got shit going for me. And excuse me for my language, but it's the truth. I ain't got nothing really going for me, And to all you people out there that personally know me that don't like swearing and all that stuff, I do apologize, but I gotta be honest, I don't. So I thought, I thought about more about this whole YouTube thing and thought, well, I'll give it a try and see where it leads and see what happens. And I thought maybe it might, who knows, me talking, if I do more in-depth videos about trying to convert this trailer hitch into a bicycle camper or something, maybe someone might come along and say, hey, I can help you build this and blah, 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 and I can help you make it a reality, and someone, or whatever, or possibly the funding and go to the fabrication shops, or somebody might say, hey, I know a shop for this and that, and, be able to make it a reality, because I know out there's shops that build stuff for people and stuff. That'd be, if I went to them and had the money and said, hey, here's the money to, who knows, But yeah, it's just one of those things, just kind of out in this garage, seeing what all I got and trying to remember, why did I keep it and what was the reason for. Because to me, if you can't remember why you kept something, then you should kind of throw it out. But I've been that kind of person, throw something out and then 2-3 days later realize, oh, that's why I kept that. I should have never threw that out, but it happens, and I'm just kind of, my garage is messy and I'm trying to figure out the best way to tidy it up and make it nice. But I guess this is just another kind of rambling on video, I guess, and hope and just kind of testing out my talking, blogging skills more. This video was more of, and and I just felt like doing a video, and and so if you like this content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Again, you're gonna help me out and stuff. Right now I'm just at that point in life, like, what do I do? So yeah, if you like this sort of video, subscribe to my channel. It's gonna help me out, and comment below your thoughts on all my videos. What do you think of them? Do you really enjoy them, or what's your real thoughts about them? Kind of, so I can kind of figure out what's good or bad. I had somebody I know personally that gave me some ideas, and I like that, because I'm like, okay, good. This person, yeah, maybe try this, and so it's a good thing. So yeah. So if you're wondering why this channel's kind of not doing well, and why is he making videos about crappy microwavable burgers? Why don't he? It's just a simple fact. Everything costs money. In my funding situation, budget, I should say, it's not worth a crap. And there's some people in my situation that probably would look into disappearing, I guess you'd call it, but not this old boy. I'm gonna keep pushing, keep trying, figure out how can I get these ideas I have in my head and get them off the ground. What one would be more important, more cooler. Right now I'm kind of thinking my horseless carriage idea would be a more cooler thing to get off the ground than the bicycle camper, but then I look at that and some of the other things I have from that old bicycle trailer stroller I took apart, and think, oh, I don't know, that would be the good one. But no, I think more of the horseless carriage right now idea, it would be a more funner idea. But the thing is I ain't got the money to go out and buy an old horse buggy from the Amish or something and slap a motor on it. And then if I slapped the motor on it, I wouldn't know how to put brakes on it. I wouldn't know how to make a steering mechanism for it. I wouldn't know how to add the lights to it that I'd add. Because like, I would love to build something that, when it comes to the horseless carriage idea, I would love to build something that would be my own design. Something that would be my own type of build. And where the only thing that wouldn't be my own design or build would be the motor. I would actually go out and get like a small engine type motor and make a basic. Because I'd love to fabricate something from the ground up of the horseless carriage, where people would look at it and say, oh, what kind of horseless carriage is that? Is that a Humbler, or is that a Model T, or an Oldsmobile, Cadillac? What is that? And be like, and I could say, well, it's none of those. It's my own design, Design my own car, kind of something where if I could, again, travel back in time and take my design with me, I could stand at a World's Fair and advertise my automobile and give, Henry Ford, Oldsmobile, and the car manufacturers a run for their money, And that's just something I think would be neat to do. And again, that's why I started to do YouTube, is to see where it leads and see what happens, and hopefully I can down the road be able to do these things and bring people, maybe bring YouTube along with me and stuff, and record that stuff. And so yeah, right now you're not gonna get very good videos, but again, if you subscribe to the channel and you take what videos I do got and share them with your friends and try to explain to them, hey, this guy's just trying to build his channel up and trying to get a source of income coming in so he can do these certain things, I guarantee you, and then I'm going to try my hardest to make this channel worth watching. So, yeah. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I know it's about 20 minutes long probably, so hope you all have a good day and enjoy the weather. And if you're in Michigan, enjoy the weather. Because I know right now up here it's cold and snowy and icy.